Okay, in this video we're going to talk about the highlight cells capability in conditional formatting, which lets us do a lot of really cool things. The first file we'll start with is stocks and bonds temp. But a little tip on what's called the quick access toolbar. So you see up here above my ribbon I have some icons that I use fairly often put up there so I don't have to look for them. And I can do that with conditional formatting. So if I click home, you see conditional formatting, I can right click, add it to the quick access toolbar. And anything I want to remove, for instance, I could go right click, this is shapes remove from quick access toolbar. We'll show you more about the quick access toolbar and how you can add things later on when we talk about pivot tables. Okay, but basically, let's have the conditional formatting on the quick access toolbar so I can just click there and I can find highlight cells. And so let's review what's there. You can highlight duplicates, we'll get to that. You can highlight cells based on dates. You can highlight cells based on the text that's contained in a cell. And you can highlight cells based on numerical values. Let's start with that because that's really pretty simple. Okay, so in this file, stocks and bonds temp, we have annual returns on stocks, treasury bills, which are 3-month bonds, and 10-year bonds in U.S. 1928 through 2014. So let's select these three columns. Let's say any year in which the return on investment was at least 10% will be green. When it was minus 10% or worse, it'll be red. Between minus 5 and 5%, yellow. This will really help us understand the trend up or down in the various investments. So I do Control-Shift right arrow, Control-Shift down arrow, click right here, and then I'm going to get highlight cells. So let's say greater than, that's a good year. Let's say 0.0999. And we'll make that green. So all the good years for investments are green. Now I'll go in here, highlight cells less than minus 0.099. Let's try red. And let's go conditional formatting between minus 0.05 and plus 0.05 yellow. You can sort on color. We'll show you that a little bit later. Okay. So now we see basically some interesting things. For T-bills, you almost always have between minus 5 and 5%. That's a very stable investment. Okay, what's very volatile are bonds. For example, in the early 1970s, we had really a bad loss in bonds here. Sorry, stocks were very volatile. Okay. We had a great run-up in the market in the mid-1990s, followed by the internet bubble crash, early 2000s. Then we came back. We had 4 solid years in a row. 2007 was okay, and then we had the horrible crash of 2008, which could have been a lot worse, I believe. I think the government did a decent job of keeping us out of the depression, but we're still not doing as well as we should. But every year since 2009, except 2011, was a really good year for stocks. Okay. Now, during the Depression, we see during the 1930s, there were 3 just horrible years, but there were some good years. And then basically World War II, I guess, ended the Depression. Here's some proof. The market really went through the roof 4 years in a row. Of course, tragic. World War is always a tragedy, but often war does help the economy, sad to say. Okay. So let's go to another file here called highlight cells temp and continue with our discussion of conditional formatting highlight cells. Okay, so we've got 3 columns here to illustrate 3 different aspects of conditional formatting. Okay, so we want to highlight duplicates. We'll show you later how to sort on color. So we want to highlight anything in column C that occurs at least once. So I do conditional formatting, I do highlight cells, duplicate values. Red is fine. Okay, so John occurred twice there. I guess we didn't get the whole range there. So I do conditional formatting, highlight cells, duplicate values. Okay, there we go. We got John and Josh. I must have missed a couple of rows there. Okay, now text that contains is really quite cool. Okay, so I can highlight any cell that contains a text string, and it's not case sensitive. So if you worked at a supermarket and every product that was ice cream had the text string ice cream in there, you could highlight all the ice cream stuff, and easily see what's going on. So I want to highlight everything that contains Eric. I like the name Eric because the coach on Friday Night Lights, Eric Taylor, and then Eric on Gossip Girl. What happened to Eric on Gossip Girl? He was there and then he wasn't. I finally found out what happened to Jenny on Gossip Girl. She basically became a star rock singer and has a couple of #1 singles. Who would have thought it? Okay, so let's find everything in this column that contains the word Eric. So basically I do conditional formatting, or I can go to the up here, and I will do highlight cells, text that contains, and let's just say the word Eric, not case sensitive. So I see everything that contains Eric, which is Eric and Erica. Okay, now let's do something with conditional formatting, highlight cells based on dates. So I used the today function we talked about a while back and put in the function today -1 formula. That is always yesterday's date. So today is June 15th. So yesterday, all my troubles were so far away, and it was June 14th. Then I could do today -5, which is 5 days before today. So what I want to do now is highlight anything in the last 7 days. I want yesterday to be green and anything else in the last 7 days to be red. So I'm going to start out making yesterday green and the last 7 days red, and you'll see we have trouble. So again, the file here is highlight cells temp. Okay. And we're going to learn about manage rules in a minute, because this is very important. When you see conditional formatting in a spreadsheet, you really should go to manage rules to try and figure out what's going on. We'll see how important this is when we get to data bars, color scales, and icon sets in the next video. Okay, so I'm going to now select this range, and I'll make yesterday green. That's pretty straightforward. So I will go highlight cells, a data current. There's lots of choices here. There's yesterday, there's the next 7 days. So let's say yesterday will be green. So far, so good. Now I'm going to add the last 7 days. And let's make that red. Okay, we're messed up. We want this cell to be green and this cell to be red, but they are both red. So let's go to manage rules. If you're anywhere inside a rule cell with conditional format, you can go to manage rules. All right, so what that'll show you is what your formatting is there. Okay, you can edit the rule. See, what happens is the last 7-day rule I put in second, and it took higher priority over yesterday's rule. What I want to do is flip the order. So I could either move this one down, and that's fine. That'll fix it. Or I could have moved the other one up. So always go to manage rules to try and figure out what's going on. In other words, if you selected the whole spreadsheet, home, conditional formatting, manage rules, you could see all the rules in the spreadsheet. Okay? So that works out fine. Finally, let's sort on color. Okay, so let's put in a couple more colors to jazz this thing up. So let's sort column C on color. All you got to do is select the column, go data sort. Okay, continue with the current selection. All right. Now data has headers. Now let's say we now want to sort on color. We can sort on icons, which will be coming up in the next video, or font color, but cell color. And now the first cell color, let's put the yellow on top. Then all I have to do is click copy level, and I can put the red, the pink, and then basically I'm done. I think you can sort up to 64 things starting with Excel 2007. See, there you go. I've got the yellow followed by the red. That makes it very easy if you've used conditional formatting to sort on the color and put certain items in your database or your spreadsheet on top that you wish to have on top. Okay, well that's a lot of stuff on basically highlight cells. Next we'll go on to the ways you can summarize numerical data without much trouble. Color bars, not bears, data bars, and icon sets. So we'll see you in the next video.
Okay, so thanks for watching, and there's a free course, a free 21-day course from Dr. Winston, and all of these videos are coming from one of 3 books. So first, this one, which you can see here at the top of the screen, Microsoft's book, which has 355 reviews, and then it's, let's see, 4.6 stars. It's coming from this book as well, his marketing analytics book, which is down here, and you can sort of see 4.5, or his newest book, his analytic stories book, which is here. And with that one, you can see it's 4 point something, or maybe even 5. I don't think it's 5. Yeah, 4.8. And so, yeah, anyways, in the description, there's a free 21-day course from Dr. Winston, or you can go to excelwithwayne.com/free, and it'll be there. But again, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just please let us know. Thanks.